Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever this finds you, welcome back to Sound Of. I'm your host, Danny, and now, are you ready to take a journey not just through music, but through the moments that music defines? Today, we're diving deep into an album that marks a profound point not just in the career of a legendary musician, but in the lives of many who've heard it. American 4, The Man Comes Around, by Johnny Cash. My own journey with this album began on an early Friday, February morning. Picture this, I'm driving up the coast of California from San Diego to San Francisco. The car is relatively quiet, filled with 3 sleepy passengers, but I'm wide awake at the wheel. The dark road ahead lit only by the car's headlights and the faint glow of dawn on the horizon. My road trip companion during these hours? This very album. As the miles stretched on, Johnny Cash's voice filled the car, each song weaving through the air, marking every moment of that drive with a depth of emotion that's hard to put into words, even though I'll give it a try. So, of course, I'd first heard Hurt on the radio sometime before, sure, but in the isolation of that drive, with the landscape shifting outside and Cash's raw, powerful storytelling as my soundtrack, something clicked. It was moving, touching, and utterly heartfelt. That journey up the coast wasn't just a trip from one city to another. It was a passage through the spectrum of human emotion. Had any of my weary companions been awake, they would have bore witness to the tears I shed while listening to Cash's gravelly voice and the soul-stirring acoustics of American 4. Now you're asking, why focus an entire episode on this album? Well, because in those hours, as I played the album from start to finish, I discovered something profound about the power of music. It can be a companion, a comforter, and a guide through the complexities of life. Join me today as we explore American 4, The Man Comes Around, an album that not only showcases the legendary talent of Johnny Cash, but also captures the essence of what it means to be human. As we dive deeper into American 4, The Man Comes Around, it's essential to understand the genesis of this monumental album. Released in 2002, this album marks the 4th installment in Johnny Cash's American series, a collaboration with producer Rick Rubin that began in the 1990s. These albums signify a renaissance in Cash's career, showcasing a return to his musical roots while exploring new terrains through covers and reinterpretations alongside original compositions. Why number 4, you might ask? Well, the American series represents stages in Cash's exploration of American music and, implicitly, his own musical identity within that vast landscape. Each album in the series, from American Recordings in 1994 to American 6, Ain't No Grave, released after his death in 2010, serves as a chapter in a larger narrative of revival and introspection. American 4 is particularly poignant, standing out as a reflection on mortality, redemption, and the human condition. The making of American 4 was a labor of love and testament to Cash's enduring spirit. Despite battling serious health issues, Cash's voice in the album carries a weight and depth that only adds to its emotional resonance. With Rick Rubin's minimalist production style, each song, be it a cover or an original, strips down to the raw essence of Cash's sound, a haunting acoustic backdrop against which his baritone voice weaves stories of pain, hope, and redemption. Among the album's tracklist are some of the most compelling recordings of Cash's career. Notably, it includes his cover of Nine Inch Nails' Hurt, a song that would become one of Cash's most iconic performances, symbolizing his reflection on life, legacy, and the passage of time. Alongside Hurt are renditions of songs by Depeche Mode, The Beatles, and Simon & Garfunkel, each chosen for their thematic resonance with Cash's introspective journey. American 4 is not just another album in Cash's discography. It's a milestone that encapsulates the essence of his late career. It stands as a powerful testament to Cash's ability to transcend musical genres and generations, cementing his place as a figure of enduring influence in the landscape of American music. Now, as we transition into the heart of American 4, we start with a track that epitomizes the album's reflective tone. Hurt. Originally penned and performed by Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, Hurt is a raw exposition of pain, isolation, and the search for redemption. Reznor wrote the song amidst a tumultuous period in his life, grappling with fame, depression, and substance abuse, themes that deeply resonate through the haunting lyrics and somber melody. When Johnny Cash covered Hurt, he transformed it into something uniquely his own. Cash's rendition strips the song down to its emotional core, backed by a simple acoustic arrangement that amplifies its introspective depth. His weathered voice, imbued with the experiences of a lifetime, brings a new dimension to the song, turning it into a poignant reflection on life, legacy, and the inevitability of mortality. Cash's Hurt transcends its origins, becoming a universal anthem of human fragility and resilience. Trent Reznor himself has spoken about the profound impact of hearing Cash's version, expressing that it felt like watching his song become something else entirely, something greater. Reznor, after a while, acknowledged this song as Cash's, a testament to the power of Cash's interpretation to redefine the narrative and emotional landscape of Hurt. The song pretty much became a Johnny Cash song. Trent Reznor quipped, "This song isn't mine anymore." The music video for Hurt, directed by Mark Romniak, is a visual elegy that intertwines Cash's personal history with the song's themes, featuring footage of Cash in his younger days, contrasted with images of him in his later years. The video is a stark, powerful portrayal of his life and career. The dilapidated House of Cash Museum, once filled with memorabilia of his achievements, serves as a poignant backdrop, symbolizing the passage of time and the remnants of a life once lived. This visual narrative, combined with Cash's somber delivery, creates an indelible connection between the artist's personal struggles and the universal experience of pain and redemption. The release of the biographical film Walk the Line further illuminated Cash's life, providing context to the struggles and triumphs that shaped him. Watching Hurt after gaining insight to Cash's life story through the film deepens the song impact, allowing listeners and viewers to appreciate the profound, almost prophetic nature of Cash's interpretation. Now, following our exploration of Hurt, we venture into another poignant track from American 4, Johnny Cash's rendition of Bridge Over Troubled Water. This classic, originally by Simon and Garfunkel, has touched hearts worldwide with its message of support, hope, and unwavering companionship through life's toughest moments. My personal connection to the song takes me back to my high school show choir days, where we performed Simon and Garfunkel's version for a show choir competition. The harmonies, the powerful lyrics, it was an experience that left a lasting imprint, not just musically but emotionally. Johnny Cash, joined by Fiona Apple in his version, breathed new life into Bridge Over Troubled Waters, adding layers of depth and a raw, gritty sincerity that only Cash could convey. His voice, marked by life's trials and triumphs, alongside Apple's delicate backing vocals, transforms this familiar tune into a testament of resilience and the enduring human spirit. Cash's choice to cover this song speaks volumes about his ability to connect with songs that, while not his own, reflect his personal journey and artistic ethos. The themes of salvation and support resonate deeply with Cash's narrative, making his rendition a powerful addition to the album. The song becomes not just a bridge over troubled waters, but a lifeline, offered with the understanding and compassion of someone who's navigated many storms. The performance of Bridge Over Troubled Waters by my show choir and Cash's rendition share a common thread. They both underscore the song's universal message of hope and the transformative power of music to uplift and heal. In Cash's weathered voice, there's an assurance that no matter how turbulent the waters, we're never alone. This track, much like the rest of American 4, showcases Cash's unparalleled ability to touch on the most profound human experiences, making the listener feel seen, understood, and above all, comforted. Now, continuing on our journey through American 4, we encounter Johnny Cash's version of Personal Jesus. Originally penned and performed by Depeche Mode, this song marked a significant departure from the band's earlier work, introducing a bluesy, gospel-tinged sound that captured the attention of audiences worldwide. Its message, one of faith and reliance on a personal savior in times of need, struck a chord with many, including Johnny Cash. Cash's rendition of Personal Jesus transforms the electronic, synth-driven original into a stripped-down acoustic hymn. With his deep, resonant voice, Cash invites listeners to find solace and strength in a figure of personal faith, echoing the song's call to reach out and touch faith. This cover stands out in American 4 for its ability to bridge the gap between rock and gospel, embodying Cash's lifelong exploration of faith and redemption. What makes Cash's version so compelling is not just a shift in musical style, but the authenticity and conviction with which he delivers the lyrics. There's a gravity to Cash's performance, a sense of lived experience and understanding that adds depth to the song's message. It's as if Cash is not just covering a song, but bearing witness to its truth, sharing his testament of faith with the listener. The track resonates with themes prevalent throughout Cash's career: the search for meaning, the struggle with personal demons, and the redemption found in faith. It's a testament to Cash's ability to connect with songs from diverse genres and make them his own, all while staying true to his musical roots and personal beliefs. For many of us, Personal Jesus represents the power of music to speak to our deepest needs and desires. Johnny Cash's version in particular reminds us that in the midst of life's trials, we're not alone. There's a profound comfort in that message, one that continues to inspire and uplift listeners, just as it has for me. Our exploration of American 4 brings us to a track that bridges the musical legacies of two iconic acts, the Beatles and Johnny Cash. In My Life, a beloved song from the Beatles, known for its reflective lyricism and melodic grace, finds a new voice under the stewardship of Johnny Cash. Now, as a fan of the Beatles, discovering Cash's rendition was akin to witnessing a cherished memory reborn, reimagined through the lens of one of my new, now favorite musicians. Johnny Cash's interpretation of In My Life is a masterclass in storytelling and musical reinterpretation. Slowing down the tempo, Cash allows each lyric to unfold with deliberation, infusing the song with a profound sense of nostalgia and introspection. This approach transforms the track from a reflective Beatles ballad into a poignant, almost meditative narrative on life's fleeting moments and enduring memories. There's something deeply captivating about Cash's delivery. His voice imbues the song with a gravitas that only he could achieve. It's as if the lyrics take on a new depth, each word resonating with the weight of lived experience. I remember stopping everything just to close my eyes and fully immerse myself in Cash's rendition, allowing the simplicity and sincerity of his performance to wash over me. It was a moment of pure emotional connection, a testament to the power of music to move and transform us. In My Life, as sung by Johnny Cash, becomes more than just a cover. It's a reflection on the passage of time, on love and loss, and the memories that define us. Cash's ability to take a well-known Beatles track and render it with such heartfelt emotion speaks volumes about his talent as a storyteller and musician. His version underscores the universality of the song's themes while also offering a deeply personal interpretation that speaks to the listener on an intimate level. This song, in the context of American 4, showcases Cash's unparalleled ability to connect with material from across the musical spectrum, reinterpreting it with authenticity and emotional depth. in my life stands as a powerful reminder of Johnny Cash's legacy, not just as a country music icon, but as an artist capable of touching the hearts of listeners across genres and generations. As we continue our exploration of American Four, we come across a track that resonates with me on a deeply personal level, and that is Danny Boy. Now, there's something about having your name in a song that immediately draws you in, but my connection to this piece goes beyond the surface level. Despite my Mexican and Jewish heritage, I've always had a strong affinity for Irish culture and music. Johnny Cash's rendition of Danny Boy transcends its Irish roots, elevating the song into something ethereal and universally touching. Danny Boy, a ballad set to the traditional Irish melody of Londonderry Air, has been covered by countless artists over the years. Yet, Cash's version stands apart. He brings a solemnity and depth to the song that is unmatched, turning it into a powerful narrative of longing, loss, and hope. His deep, resonant voice, seasoned by life's trials and tribulations, navigates each lyric with such care that it's as if he's imparting a personal message to the listener. Johnny Cash's interpretation of Danny Boy transcends borders, time, and even the constraints of genre. To me, it feels as though the song reaches into the realm of the ethereal, touching on the universal themes of love, separation, and reunion that resonates across cultures and personal histories. In adding Danny Boy to American Four, Cash not only pays homage to the song's Irish heritage, but also reclaims it as a narrative of universal human experience. It's a track that, for me, underscores the beauty of cultural exchange through music, and the ability of a song to find new life and meaning in the hands of a master storyteller like Cash. Now, as we near the close of exploration of American Four, we encounter a song that, despite its seemingly simple message, carried profound depth and optimism. We'll Meet Again. This classic, made famous by British singer Vera Lynn during World War II, speaks of hopeful parting and a promise of reunion. Cash's cover, which concludes the album, imbues the song with a sense of finality and reflection that is both poignant and uplifting. For me, We'll Meet Again is more than just a song. It's a smile in musical form. It's an acknowledgement of life's cyclical nature, a gentle reminder that endings are not truly the end, but rather a pause before the next beginning. Cash's rendition, with its straightforward yet deeply resonant delivery, transformed this wartime ballad into a timeless message of hope and continuation. Hearing Cash sing We'll Meet Again is to hear a man who has lived through highs and lows, embodying the song's message through the very timbre of his voice. It's as if he's reassuring us, through the trials he's faced and the wisdom he's gained, that indeed, we will meet again, whether in this life or beyond. This assurance, coming from someone like Cash, carries the weight of authenticity and comfort. What makes this song especially poignant is its placement as the closing track on American Four. In the context of Cash's health struggles during the album's production and its release near the end of his life, We'll Meet Again feels like a parting gift, a final note of farewell that is neither somber nor despairing, but hopeful and serene. It's an elegant testament to Cash's ability to convey complex emotions with grace and dignity. We'll Meet Again makes me smile because it encapsulates a truth we often forget, that every goodbye carries the promise of another hello. It's a song that encourages us to look forward with optimism, to cherish the connections we make, and to believe in the enduring nature of those bonds. Johnny Cash's cover is a beautiful, life-affirming conclusion to an album that navigates the intricate landscapes of the human heart with every note and lyric. Now, before we wrap up our journey with American Four, there's a crucial aspect of the album's impact I'd like to explore. A phenomenon that speaks volumes about Johnny Cash's enduring legacy. This album, with its raw, stripped-down renditions of songs from varied genres, didn't just resonate with longtime fans. It also introduced Johnny Cash to a whole new generation, myself included. Growing up, my musical taste leaned heavily towards Elvis Presley. The King's electrifying performances and rock and roll vibe captivated me, and in comparison, I always thought of Johnny Cash as being a bit too country for my liking. It was a simplistic view, I know, shaped by a genre labels that seemed to place Cash in a box that didn't quite appeal to me. But then, American 4 came into my life, and with it, a revelation. Hearing Cash's versions of songs like Hurt, Personal Jesus, Bridge Over Troubled Waters was a transformative experience. These weren't just country songs. They were powerful narratives expressed through music, transcending the confines of any one genre. Cash's deep, weathered voice brought a new dimension to each track, whether it was the song by 9 Inch Nails or Depeche Mode, showing me that his artistry was not bound by labels, but was instead a fluid exploration of the human experience. This album demonstrated Cash's remarkable ability to connect with listeners across the spectrum, drawing in those who, like me, might not have ventured into his discography otherwise. It wasn't about country versus rock and roll anymore. It was about the stories, the emotions, and the raw honesty that Cash delivered with every note. American 4, The Man Comes Around, served as my gateway into the world of Johnny Cash, leading me to discover not just the music of a genre-crossing icon, but the depth and breadth of a musical legacy that spans decades. For many in my generation, this album marked the beginning of a deep appreciation for Johnny Cash, one that goes beyond the barriers of musical genres. It's a testament to Cash's timeless appeal and the universal quality of his storytelling. A reminder that great music knows no bounds, capable of touching hearts and opening minds, regardless of where our musical loyalties may lie. So as we draw this episode to a close, I want to circle back to a song that encapsulates so much of what we talked about today, but through a very personal lens. The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. This track, as performed by Johnny Cash, has always moved me, but it holds a deeper meaning due to a profoundly personal moment in my life. Many of you might know, but I've shared some of this before. My life story in a book that I wrote called A Caregiving Husband, which is a reflection on love, illness, and my caregiving journey. This song echoes a pivotal, heart-stopping moment for me. The first time I saw my wife's face in the emergency room after her abrupt brain injury. The first time after she emerged from surgery. And the first time after she awoke from being in a coma. In these moments, amidst the fear and uncertainty, there was also an overwhelming sense of love and relief. It felt like seeing her for the first time again, with all the depth, complexity, and beauty that love entails. Johnny Cash's rendition of The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face became the soundtrack to that moment in my life. Its slow, deliberate pace and the weight of Cash's voice captured the gravity and grace of love that endures through the hardest of times. It's more than a song to me. It's a reminder of the power of first sight, of love reborn in the face of challenges, and of the indelible mark such moments leave on our hearts. So as we sign off, I invite you to listen to this song once more. Perhaps it will remind you of your own moments of profound connection or love. Thank you for joining me on this deeply personal exploration of American 4, The Man Comes Around. Music has the power to heal, to connect, and to bring us to the core of our most profound experiences. So until next time, keep listening, keep feeling, and remember, the most touching songs are those that resonate with the chapters of our own stories. This is Sound Of.